In this module, we are going to talk about, was there pre-modern globalization? The purpose of investigating about the pre-modern is to know about its intensity, scale, and level of expansion. Furthermore, it also illustrates that how pre-modern globalization had an impact on politics, culture, and economy. The older globalization was not global, rather, it was regional. Although there was trade, spread of religion, and cultural convergence, but they were based on regional distances instead of global. Because of the less technological sophistication, we may say that compression of space and time was not as much efficient as it was in the modern or contemporary globalization. In the ancient times, technology was not that advanced and developed as we see in today's globalized world. No concept of international political structures. Interaction of people was usually based on the basis of specific needs, skills, or economic activities, priests, merchants, and traders, etc. Social interaction was also limited to the specific sections of society. Specific products were traded, usually luxury products, because there was no show of culture as much, was not as such materialism out there, was not as much commercialism was there, and as earlier mentioned, there was not as such technological sophistication was there. Limited wealth and technology. Growth of capitalism and industrialization contributed to globalization as both provided capital, industrial technology, mass production, better transportation, and communication. In the pre-modern era, consciousness was not global. Although elite class of the society had understanding of transcontinental flows, but the common masses were not aware of the world as a whole. But today we see that how eBay business is there, electronic business is going on, online shopping is going on. So such flow of information, such technological sophistication forced all the individuals of the world to contribute in the global trade system. Only few European elites had global consciousness. Similarly, some Chinese knew about Europe, but they did not have any inkling about Americans and African regions. That inkling that they do not have about Americans and African regions, although globalization is not merely characterized by communication and migration to different parts of the world, yet it is one of the important components. Historical literature does not portray the component of interdependency as it exists today, because Chinese products are everywhere in every part of the world. Before that, they do not have that consciousness that was happening in Europe and Americas. There was a limited flow of people, products, and capital in the pre-modern era. However, historical literature does not portray the component of interdependency as it exists today. Pre-modern phases of globalization just provided the initial basis, or foundations. The actual form of globalization exists today. And this is what the literature of international relations says. You may differ or disagree about this, that it was already existing there. Though the pre-modern era does not deserve much credit to provide a long-lasting foundations for the contemporary globalization. Again, there is a point of dichotomy if anyone want to develop it as per his knowledge or her knowledge. Development and technology are the most significant factors in accelerating globalization. Development initiated from 1500s and industrializations grew in the 18th century. Spreading out of agrarian and mercantile capitalism of 1600s also increased flow of people and goods. Expansion of European commerce in the 19th century served more as agencies in comparison to the pre-modern period. But interestingly, we see that in pre-modern period there was more peace as compared to the post-modern period. That is really ironic, I would say.